Hey guys, Nomus RC. It's been a minute since I've made any videos, but this is kind of worthy of it. So I got rid of all my other quadcopters, in preparation for going HD. It's been out long enough. It seems to be tested fairly well. So I figured I'm going to jump into it and see what we got. So I'll still be using my TX16S Max. I did buy the DJI goggles. Just a note on these, at least mine anyway, and they are the V2. The menu did not work out of the box, and it took me forever to figure out that I needed to do a firmware update. And then all of a sudden, bam, I have my menu. The reason that I needed it, absolutely, is because in the menu, when you go to settings, and then you go to OSD, the custom OSD was off. So I had no OSD being transferred except for voltage from my quad. So by enabling that, boom, I got all my OSD features. So took me a while to figure that one out. Hopefully, if you guys run into that, that'll help you get through that quickly. So just kind of ripping into the quad, I've just taken the top off of it here because I need to disconnect the Caddx Vista unit so that I can hook it up to the computer and leave it running for an extended period of time. You really do not want to do that with these because they get super friggin' hot and you take a good chance of burning it up. It's really only designed to be powered on when your props are moving, which is kind of weird because it's all packed together and you put your battery on and you think, oh, I can just plug in USB to, like my flight controller right here with, all this assembled and just leave it there while I program it. I do not recommend that. That's a very good way to burn out your air unit. This is a GEPRC, GEPRC, and I got it from getfpv.com because they're really the only ones that carry good quads for a decent price. So let's just get right into it. All these particular items are actually made by GEPRC, or at least they branded their name onto them. I kind of like with the stack, instead of them stacking them on top of each other, they actually separated the ESC from the main board, from the main flight controller. And I like that because then you have a lot more air going over your ESC. You have no heat coming from this onto this. You just have one cable that goes from here to the ESC, and then you have one cable that comes out to your air unit. So I did have to solder on my TBS crossfire that you see right here. I wanted to go as long a range as possible, so we're going, with TBS. I mean, they're kind of a standard in this game. I did have to solder it onto the 4 leads, onto the flight controller. And so I've got the majority of it programmed. One cool thing that I really do like, some of the reason that I got a 7-inch quad, this is a 7-inch, is that it uses the same batteries as my 420 heli. So you can see that battery up next to the 420. It looks relatively small, but on this it looks giant. But these things, everybody says, they run them on 6S, and they run anywhere from 1500 to 2600 milliamp. So why not use my pulses on it? But I also have, for that same helicopter, 1800 milliamp HRBs. And the cool thing is they're on my helicopter trays, but the helicopter trays fit perfectly on here. And if you can see here, they gave this nice rubber material. A lot just give foam, but this is a nice rubber material, so real grippy. When you tighten these two straps down, I mean, that battery's not going anywhere. You do have a GPS unit on this one, and then this is for your Caddx. And then again, my crossfire for my radio is up here. All right, guys, let's get this thing out and do a maiden flight. Not going to do anything crazy. And then I'll kind of give it a once over and initial review. You'll notice in my video, I've been testing, and when I record through my goggles, which is all that I have right now to do, it puts a bunch of crap on the screen that I'm going to try and figure out how to get rid of, but it does not show you the OSD, the on-screen display that I'm seeing. It shows you just some crap. It looks like a paragraph of just text that is all the information that I see, but it looks really bad. So disregard that. That's not actually what I'm seeing, and it's not what you would be seeing. And I'll drop a picture of that real quick here so that you can see what it's supposed to look like and what I'm viewing myself. Just to give you kind of a heads up, what you see in this video is exactly what I'm seeing. Pretty cool. Well, overall, super happy with this quad. It did great. Seemed to perform well. I know I didn't really do much with it yet, and I was still in GPS mode, but my next video that I'll do, I will shut off all stabilization and do flips and rolls and get crazy with this thing. Very impressed with the goggles. The new TBS Crossfire stuff seemed to have worked really well. No problems with it. Signal always stayed very, very strong. I really can't say enough about this GEPRC quad here with the HD system on it. I mean, it's just every time you fly it, it's mind-boggling. Alright guys, well, as usual, comment below if you have questions. If you want me to release a very, very technical video on any of this equipment, just let me know, and I will do so.